Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swami Nitinamini. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinamini. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine. Om Jnanatymirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurmilitamena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupak Kadamahyat Tadanti Svapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Shri Uttapadakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sakagana Raghunadan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaidam Savadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sakagana Lalita Sri Visakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dena Bandho Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namo Sute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarvyascha Kripa Sindhubhyaye Vachapatitana Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Isvaraga Paramaha Krishnaga Satchidananda Vigraha Anadi Radhi Govindaga Sarvakarana Karanam. Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. By the costless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita, the supreme knowledge. Basically, it is the purest knowledge, Pavitra. So, Uttama, topmost. The topmost knowledge, Pavitram, purest knowledge. So, Krishna is teaching us, Krishna is very clearly stating in Bhagavad Gita that this is Avyayam also. So it is always there. This knowledge is applicable everywhere. We know that there are billions and billions of galaxies, and in each galaxy also there are billions and billions of solar systems that we know very well. We have discussed also many times in our previous classes. And the scientific knowledge what we have in this earth may not be true in other planets. For example, even the gravitational force, that itself is very different when you go to moon. So, like that, different planets, if you go, even the day duration of the time for the day and night also varies. Like we know that for the Indraloka, for Surendra Loka, it is 6 months is the day and 6 months is the 6 months in this earth is a day for them, and 6 months in this earth, the next 6 months is a night for them. And we know that in Brahma Loka, it is even very, very long, like 12 hours of Brahma is equivalent to 1,000 Mahayugas in this earth. Sahasra Yuga Paryantam Aharyat Brahmano Ratri Yuga Sahasrantam Teho Ratra Vidojana. So Sahasra Yugam means 1,000 Yugams. Each Yugam consists of these 4 Yugas basically, each Mahayuga. So there is Kali Yuga, then Dwapara Yuga, Treta Yuga, Krita Yuga, altogether 10 times Kali Yuga. So 1,000 such Mahayugas are just 1 day for Brahma, just 12 hours for Brahma. So we know with our modern science also, each and every planet, even within our own solar system also, the duration of the day and night is different in each planet. Like we have 24 hours day and 24 hours night in Earth. But that's not the same case with other planets. If you go to Jupiter, Mars, any other planet, even within our solar system, own solar system, it is not the same. It is different. That is very nicely discussed in Bhagavad Gita. Also, Krishna is teaching us. So this is the science we need to understand. So people were, even few centuries ago, They were debating whether this earth is flat or round. But in Bhagavad Gita, 5,000 years ago, Krishna says very clearly that 12 hours of Brahma, one day for Brahma is equivalent to 1,000 yugas in this Mahayugas in this earth. So that way we should be intelligent enough to understand that this Bhagavad Gita is the science. Even Bhumi, Rapo, Analo, Vayo, come all such things. If you go to the history of science, if you take any physics book or if you study something like how the history of science, basically, how the today's so-called modern science developed. So I remember still studying myself when I was in college, studying the physics book, like in the introduction and all, they talk about that basically this everything was divided into 4 divisions, basically earth, water, fire, air. That's what they talk about it. So Krishna is saying that earth, water, fire, air, and space. So this is science, which Krishna is very clearly teaching in Bhagavad Gita that Bhumir, Apo, Analo, Vayo, come. But our modern science doesn't know about mind, intelligence, and ahankara. Bhumir, Apo, Analo, Vayo, come, Mano, Buddhir, ahankara. That they don't understand. Our modern science, in fact, they don't understand anything about ahankara at all. And the so-called intelligence, what they talk in this world, that is not real intelligence. They say intelligence, IQ level and all such things. That is how fast your brain is working. That's it. Somebody's brain works very fast. It all depends upon how fast the action potential travels, triggers, neuron, how everything, the network, neural network, basically. It is nothing but the neural network, how it operates, how fast it operates. That's it. So, but we understand that about mind, intelligence, that intelligence, real intelligence in Bhagavad Gita, what we understand that if we are intelligent, so that means we should not be attached to anything in this material world. Then only we are intelligent. Otherwise, we are not intelligent. If we are attached to anything in this material world, we will lose intelligence. So we are intelligent only if we are connected with Krishna. Then only we are intelligent. Then only we will have intelligence. Yuktasya. When Krishna said that Nasti Buddhi Ayuktasya, that's what Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, teaching us. So that means Asti Buddhi Yuktasya. That's it. If we just put it everything, take away the Na, Ayuktasya, everything. So it is Asti Buddhi Yuktasya. So that means if you are connected with Krishna, we will have intelligence. So Na Asti Buddhi Ayuktasya means when we are not connected with Krishna, when we are not following the principles of Bhagavad Gita, so then na asti buddhi. So there is no intelligence. That's it. What happens? Buddhi, naso. Buddhi is lost. That's it. Buddhi is naso. We lose our buddhi, intelligence. So that is what intelligence Krishna is talking about. The intelligence means having the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita and developing love towards Krishna and establishing our relationship with Krishna and render devotional service to Krishna with love and devotion. So that is what is called intelligence. Otherwise, there is no intelligence. A person who can solve problems very, very fast and things like that, you cannot say that just because a person who has got very higher level of IQ, so he is very intelligent. So that is not intelligence. Intelligence means having this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita and be able to differentiate between body and the soul. So then we have intelligence. Otherwise, no intelligence. So we should be able to differentiate that we are not the body, we are the soul, and able to live with that understanding that I'm the soul, I'm not the body. So that means doing everything every day, all activities only for Krishna. And if you want to do for Krishna, then Krishna will make us to do. That is the main thing. Krishna will do it through us. That is the main point. It's not that we are able to do all these things. It's not that we are able to identify a lot of devotees and make new devotees everywhere and we are able to serve Krishna, please Krishna and all. That Krishna only can do it. Krishna will do it through us. But Krishna can do it through us only when we let Krishna to do. That is the main problem. That's where we are creating trouble. We are putting ourselves in trouble by not letting Krishna to use us in his service. So we have got this material body. We know this is temporary life, temporary body. And we know that we are going to lose this, everything, materially speaking. But we also know that from Bhagavad Gita that we are never going to lose Krishna. And now, but it is really not fun, even though we are not going to lose Krishna, even though Krishna is always with us. Krishna is always with us. Krishna is the only person we cannot tell him, see you. No way. Krishna is always there. We cannot tell him that I'll go now and I'll see you later. No, Krishna is always seeing us. And we need to realize that, understand it, and we should see Krishna all the time. But still, it is not fun. Even though Krishna is always with us, it is not really fun and good for us to keep coming back to this material world and taking this material body, temporary body, again and again, and going through this birth, old age, disease, and death. So that is not good. That is not fun. So we should go to Goloka and see Krishna there and enjoy there with Krishna forever without worrying about anything, without worrying about losing our life. So there, whatever we gain, it is permanent only. Nothing we are going to lose there. In Goloka, the life, the body, whatever we gain there, whatever we get there, everything is going to stay with us. And whatever we want, everything will get unlimitedly also. All enjoyment is unlimited. Happiness is unlimited. There is no end to it. Where in Goloka? Not in this Bhuloka. Not in this material world. So, understanding this knowledge is intelligence. So, realizing this, so that's why Krishna is saying that Dadami Buddhi Yogam Yena Ma Upayanti Te. So, that's what Krishna is saying. I give the intelligence by which they will come to me. So, intelligence means we should be able to go to Goloka. We should be able to go to Krishna, Goloka. But there is only one way to go. That's it. That is Krishna Bhakti. Only Bhaktya Mam Abhijanati. Yaman Yaschasmi Tattvadaga. Tato Mam Tattvato Nyatva Visateta Anantaram. Only Bhakti. Only devotion. Only loving relationship with Krishna and rendering devotional service to Krishna. Only that is the only way we will go to Goloka. And once we go there, once we are with Krishna, once we enjoy that life, blissful life, permanent life, there is no way back. We will not come back to this material world at all. That we know very well. So we need to now progress. We need to make efforts. We need to make progress to go to Goloka. That is the main. With this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we should do that. That's what is very important. With this Bhagavad Gita, it is very much possible. Because Bhagavad Gita is the knowledge which will take us to Goloka, which will take us to Krishna. And we are getting that knowledge. We are very fortunate we are getting that knowledge. And we will go to Goloka. There is no doubt about it. We are on the way to Goloka. There is no doubt about it. But we have to act fast. Chance opportunities are there. Plenty of opportunities Krishna is giving us. So now we need to act. We need to act fast in the sense we need to utilize this body completely in the service of Krishna with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. That's what we are doing. That's why we are studying and understanding. We are all very faithful. We want to serve Krishna. So that's why Krishna is continuously giving us opportunities. Continuously. We are studying and understanding each and every sloka very well. And again we are studying. And we understand the questions asked by Arjuna also very well. So even though Arjuna has told Krishna that he didn't want to fight, but Krishna wanted Arjuna to fight. And after knowing that that's what Krishna's wish, then Arjuna fought for Krishna. So that way we should not have our own desires. We should not be thinking that I want this, I want that, like that. Arjuna in the beginning told Krishna that I don't want to fight. Nayocheti Govindam. Knowing very well that Krishna wanted him to fight. That Arjuna know very well. Arjuna already knew very well. That Krishna already told Arjuna in the second chapter itself, Tyaktva uttista parantam. So, Klaibhyam masma gamaka pata naitatvayu upapatyade shudram hridaya daubalyam Tyaktva uttista parantam. So it does not become you. Give up such petty weakness of heart and get up and fight. So that's what Krishna told Arjuna. Tektva uttista parantam. So that means Arjuna knows very well Krishna wants him to fight. But he told Krishna that I shall not fight. Nayoche iti govindam. So after understanding this entire Bhagavad Gita, he understood that he should just do what Krishna asks us to do. That's it. No question. There is no question asking. That's why at the end he told that Karishe Vachanam Tava. And because Arjuna's confusion is gone, his doubts are gone. That's why he was able to do what Krishna wanted him to do. So that way, with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, if all our confusions are gone, then we will not have our own ideas, our own philosophies. That's what is happening in this material world. There are so many so-called spiritual leaders, spiritual movements, they talk so many things, confuse everyone. They are all not going to stay forever. There is only one way, one path, that is Bhagavad Gita. That is the only path. And Bhagavad Gita, only one way we can understand. There is no 2-3 different ways to understand Bhagavad Gita. There is Krishna's way. That's why it is Bhagavad Gita as it is. So that we need to be very clear and very careful. So then we are in the right track. We are in the right path. So there is no need to confuse anyone saying that Advaita or Dvaita or this philosophy or that one and this meditation or that meditation. So many different things they are not very useful at all. We have to just do what Krishna is asking us to do. That is the main thing. And Krishna is very clear. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is giving us instructions very, very clearly. He's asking us to do this, that. He already told Arjuna that I shall explain you what karma is that, what action is there, knowing which you will be freed from the miseries of material existence. Tate karma pravakshami yajnatva mokshashe ashubha. So that way, Krishna is teaching everything. What all we need, everything Krishna is teaching in Bhagavad Gita. We just have to stick to this Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita can be understood only one way, that is Krishna's way. So that's what we are doing. We are studying and understanding Bhagavad Gita every day, each and every sloka, just the way Krishna wanted us to understand. Just the way Arjuna understood the entire Bhagavad Gita from Krishna. We are all very submissive. We all fully believe in Krishna. So we have full faith on Krishna. So that's why we are able to study and understand this Bhagavad Gita. So now we need to continue this effort, which we are of course going to do, which of course Krishna will not let us to discontinue. So Krishna will make sure that we will continue. So that is the main thing. Once Krishna knows that we are his devotees, once Krishna knows that we love him, because he loves us so much that he will not let us go deviate from this path. He will not let us deviate from this path because he gives so many opportunities, so many ways. So he will make sure that we are on the right track. So that Krishna makes sure. That's what is happening with all of us also. So otherwise, what we are doing every day, studying this Bhagavad Gita, all of us together, each and every sloka. So this is not an ordinary thing which is happening. This is a very, very unique. It's Krishna's. This is the very good example for Krishna's costless mercy, that we are able to study Bhagavad Gita every day and understand all the slokas of Bhagavad Gita. So every day means, of course, 6 days a week we are able to study. So we are understanding. Now we are in the 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita. We just have to finish 2 more slokas to finish the 3rd chapter. So which will finish by tomorrow. So Bhagavad Gita has got 18 chapters and the 700 verses, and each and every verse given by Krishna, sung by Krishna is very, very important for us. We cannot say that this is an important sloka. There are 108 slokas, important 108 slokas, nothing like that. Every sloka, every word which is coming from Krishna is important to us. It's very important. So that way we are very fortunate, we are understanding. So in the 3rd chapter, now we are understanding about the question asked by Arjuna and the answers given by Krishna. Arjuna asked a very, very important question, that by what one is simple to sinful acts unwillingly as if engaged by force. That we are all experiencing in our life. We know that this is a sin which we don't want to do, but we are forced to do. That's happening. That is because of we are controlled by kama and krodha. Kamayesha, Krodayesha, Rajoguna, Samudbhavaga, Mahasana, Mahapapma, Vidyanamaka Vairima. That's what Krishna is saying. Because there is Kama and Krodha. There is lust and anger, desire, intense desire to enjoy the material sense objects. That is because of not having the desire to please Krishna. So that's why we are having the desire to enjoy this material sense objects. We should have this complete knowledge, and our desire should be only to serve Krishna, render devotional service to Krishna, and please Krishna. If that is missing, then this will take over. So then we will come under the control of the Rajoguna. Then we will not be able to stop committing sins. So we will be forced to commit sins. So that we already understood, and that is like a Nitya Vairina. So it is like our eternal enemy. So that's what Krishna is saying, that Jnanino Nitya Vairina Kama Rupena Kautaya Duspurena Analena. So in sloka number 40, what we studied, Krishna told very clearly where this Kama and Krodha is there in our body. So it is there in our Sukshma Sharira. So of course the senses are part of the Stula Sarira, gross body, but mainly mind and intelligence. Even those senses are also very much connected with mind and intelligence. So Indriyani Manobuddhir. Indriyani Manobuddhir Asyadishtanam Muchyate Etay Vimohayatyesha Jnanamavritya Dehinam. So senses, mind and intelligence are the sitting places of this lust, and it bewilders a person by covering his knowledge, Dehinam, a person, the soul, the embodied soul, Dehinam. So it bewilders us because it covers our knowledge, because avritam jnanam etena. So that's why it is happening. So the senses, the mind and the intelligence are the sitting places of this lust. Through them, lust covers the real knowledge of the living entity and bewilders him. So that's what it says there. So then in the next sloka, Krishna is continuing, which we studied. Tasmatvam indriyani adau niyamya bharatarshava papmanam prajahiyenam jnana vijnana nashanam. Therefore, from the beginning, you control, regulate your senses. That's what Krishna is telling Arjuna. Tvam means you. So you control, you regulate, niyamya. Niyamya means regulate. So you regulate your senses from the beginning. Oh, best among the Bharatas. Tasmatvam indriyani adu niyamya bharatashabha. And this is a great symbol of sin. Papmanam prajakiyenam, and which destroys the both theoretical and practical knowledge. Jnana vijnana nasanam. Because when we are controlled by this kama, when we are controlled by this krodha, so we don't know what is right, what is wrong. So that's what it bewilders. So it destroys our knowledge. So that's why Dhyayato Visyan Pumsaka Sangaste Supajayate Sangat Sanjayate Kamaga Kamat Krodho Abhijayate Krodhat Bhavati Sammokaga Sammokat Smriti Vibhramaga. So that's what is called Jnana Vijnana Nasanam. We don't know what is right, what is wrong. Our memory is bewildered. So Smriti Vibhramaga. So that's what will happen. So that way Krishna is teaching us that we should regulate from the beginning. So Tasmatvam Indriyani Adu Niyamya Bharatasava. Therefore, O Arjuna, best of the Bharatas, in the very beginning curbed this great symbol of sin by regulating the senses and slay this destroyer of knowledge and self-realization. Then in the next sloka, Krishna is giving very nice like analogy of, not analogy, like understanding about how one is superior to the other, about the body, mind, senses, mind, intelligence, soul, and everything. Indriyani parani ahu indriyebhyaha param manaha manasastu para buddhi yo buddhi paratastu saha. Senses are superior to dull matter. Indriyani parani ahu. Indriyebhyaha param manaka. And mind is above the senses. Manasastu para buddhi. And above the mind is the intelligence. Manasastu para buddhi. Yo buddhi paratastu saha. Saha, the soul. The soul is above the intelligence. So that's what very nicely, very scientifically. Krishna is explaining all these things. So this is complete science. We need to understand this. Bhagavad Gita is the king of science, king of knowledge, Raja Vidya. That's why Krishna is teaching us that the working senses are superior to dull matter. Mind is higher than the senses. Intelligence is still higher than the mind. And soul is even higher than intelligence. Because if our body can be like perfectly, our body can work. Everything, glucose under control, everything, and blood pressure under control, and all the organs, everything can work. But a person can still live without all the senses working. That is possible. Still, that vegetative state, one can live. So the senses will not work at all. Still, we can live. But what is the use of our body working nicely, all the organs doing their job very nicely? When the senses are not working, we can't see, we cannot smell, we cannot taste, we cannot touch, we cannot hear. What to do? What is the use? So that's why senses are superior to dull matter. But okay, all the senses are working perfect. Everything. Very good vision, very good hearing, everything is perfect. And the body is working good. All the organs are working good. But if that person is a mental patient, so he's a psychiatric patient, basically. So then what is the use of all these things working very nicely? Because our mind has to be stable. So mentally, if you are ill, so then even everything working is of no use. Okay, mind is also perfect. So senses are working, body is working, senses are working, mind is good. But if that person has no intelligence, so no buddhi, no intelligence, what is the use? So that way, if all these things are there, then the soul can use. So soul is above all these things. So there is a nice analogy for this, which from the Kathopanishad. It is compared to a chariot. So a chariot is our body. The passenger sitting on the chariot is the soul. And the driver of the chariot is the intelligence. And the driving instrument, that rope used to control the horses. So that is the mind. And the horses are the senses. So if the intelligence has to control the senses through the mind, so then the chariot will go nicely. If the intelligence is, we lose our intelligence, if there is no driver, no one to driving the chariot, then the driving instrument, all the ropes what we use to control the horses, they will come under the control of the senses, come under the control of the horses. So then the passenger is in trouble. So we will not reach our destination. So that way, it's all important. Finally, Paramatma, Super Soul, Krishna, he is above all. So we have to just submit ourselves to him. Then everything will be fine. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished the sloka number 42 in the third chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Now let us chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and focus our mind on the transcendental sound vibration. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swaminiti Namini. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini. Om Jnanattimradasya Jnanajana Salakaya Chakshurmelitamena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Radharani. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna to all the devotees. I kindly request the devotees to use the Zoom raise hand feature to ask your questions to Guruji. Shashi Kopar Mataji and Chandrakala Mataji says, thank you Guruji for all your efforts and commitment to show and lead us on the one-way path. Mithun Prabhu has a question. He asks, Hare Krishna Guruji, thank you Guruji for the wonderful class. Are intelligence and mind bound to soul or the body, Guruji?
1 second, Prabhu. 1 second, just 1. What is the question, Prabhu? Can you please repeat, Prabhu? Hare Krishna.
Yeah, his question is whether the intelligence and mind are bound to the soul or they are bound to the body.
It is not like bound to the soul or bound to the body. It's basically it's a part of the Sukshma Sarira. Sukshma Sarira means it's subtle body. So we have two types of bodies: gross body and subtle body. So the subtle body is the one which goes with the body, with the soul to the next body. Sariram yadavapnoti echapi utramati svaraga grihitvetani samyati vayu gandha nivasya. So just like the air carries the aroma from one place to another place, so like that, aroma is, we know that we are able to smell by the air when it comes. And basically like that, the mind, intelligence and ahankaram, the soul, it is carried along with the soul, but everything is done by, I think we discussed about this in the previous class also, it is all done by the Prakriti, Maya. So Maya is doing everything. So Maya is basically, in a way, we can put it like it is bound to the soul, something like that, because mind, intelligence, ahankara, it's all part of the, it's properties of the soul, basically. So it goes, but everything is taken care by Maya. So that's what Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji, how are you?
Yes, Prabhu, by Krishna's mercy, I am fine, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. You understood that, Prabhu? Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Guruji. So soul assumes these properties, but these properties are not part of soul. Is that right, Guruji?
It is part of the soul, means like everyone has our own mind. So they basically, you can, in a way, you can say that it belongs to the soul. But it belongs, we have our mind. So I have my mind, you have your mind. When our next body, we are going to carry that mind with us only. So that way it is not something, but still what Krishna is teaching, that there is Bhinna Prakriti. It is a separated nature. Krishna's separated nature. Me Bhinna Prakriti. Whereas the soul is not a Bhinna Prakriti, it is a Para Prakriti. So Aparayam Vitastvanyam Prakriti Vidhi Me Param. So all such things are Apara Prakriti, like even mind, intelligence, ahankara, everything, including earth, water, fire, air, space, mind, intelligence, and ahankara. So the soul is the Para Prakriti. So that's what we need to understand. So Aparayam Vitastvanyam Prakriti Vidhi Me Param. Jiva Bhuta Mahabahu Edam Daryate Jagat. You understand that, no?
Yes, Guruji. So when we go to Golaka, we still carry this nature with us, Guruji?
There is not, in Bhagavad Gita, it is not, nothing is mentioned like that, but it's that answer is, we have to only guess. But yes, Prabhu. So there is, in Bhagavad Gita, or I don't think in Srimad Bhagavatam also, it is mentioned like that. But we have to assume that we will be having that.
Okay, Guruji. I mean, I heard the doubt because do we need to shed this ego and all this bad nature if we
of course,
need to
ego is the one we need to leave for sure. Ego is the one. Krishna is saying that nirahankara. So there is something which we need to lose, is the ego for sure. Ego means false ego, ahankara. So that is ahankara, means thinking that I am the doer, correct? So maybe when we go to Golaka, we may have true ego, not false ego, not ahankara. That really when we do it, then we say that I am the doer, then there is nothing wrong. But when we are not doing, only the three modes of material nature are doing, and we say that I am the doer, so then there is a mistake, there is a problem. So that way, that ahankara, we have to definitely lose it.
Okay, Guruji.
But about the mind and intelligence, it's not mentioned anything in Bhagavad Gita, or I don't think in Bhagavatam, but we need to explore more.
So these vasanas and all come from this mind and intelligence, right, Guruji?
Yes, Prabhu, mind control. That's what we are discussing, studying in Bhagavad Gita always. Like how much control we have on our mind. So that's what we need to, like in this life, we need to gain more control over our mind. If we get full control over our mind, so then it's going to be our friend. Otherwise, it's going to be our enemy. So we also know that Swabhava is there. So that is the three gunas. So the three gunas only is forcing us to do everything. So if we are able to control our mind, so then we will be able to free ourselves from the gunas. we will be able to free ourselves from this swabhava, basically. So only when our mind is focusing on the sense objects, then only we are controlled by the rajoguna. Otherwise, we are not controlled by the rajoguna. So that way, controlling mind, making our mind as our best friend, Atman eva vasam. Basically, yato nischalati manaschanchala astiram tatastato niyamyajat Atman eva vasam nayat. So under the control of Atma vasam, we have to do that. Yes, so that way, if mind is our friend, then we can free ourselves from the gunas, swabhava. Yes,
Okay, Guruji. Understood, Guruji. Thank
and
you.
that
Guruji.
is possible only by connecting our mind with Krishna. Not that's possible only by simply surrendering our mind to Krishna. That's it. Arpita. Arpita means offering completely. We just tell Krishna that my mind is yours. You take care of it. That's it. I don't. So that's what we need to do.
Yes, Guruji. That is the ultimate solution for everything.
That is the ultimate solution. If we are able to do that, if we are able to fully surrender unto Krishna, completely submit everything to Krishna, and fully depend on Krishna every day, every moment, in everything, all the problems are solved. No more problems.
Yes, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
How are you, Guruji? How is everyone at home?
Yes, Mataji, by Krishna's mercy, everyone is doing fine, Mataji. It's Krishna's causeless mercy.
That is very good news. Yeah,
Yes.
what I was, that's not what you were telling me in the book. That so I felt that once you are in Goloka means you have conquered everything. Only then can you reach Goloka, right?
That is correct. When
So
we are free from the
not,
modes.
carrying
Yes, Mataji.
everything with us. We would have conquered everything. Only then can we enter Goloka, right?
That is absolutely correct, Mataji. Because
Once
we
we
should.
are in Goloka, then there is no issue of anything, no intelligence, no mind, nothing.
See, that is the thing we need to understand. Like, we control our mind, but whether we will have mind there or not, that is the
At
question.
least,
So
okay.
see that we can't quiet our mind, then we can go to Golok. Our mind will be under our control. That is true. But whether we will not have any mind there, so that is a different question. That is not discussed in Bhagavad Gita. Yes, we cannot say for sure that we will lose our mind also. That is not the way. Yes.
So I thought the very fact that we have conquered everything means that is how we reach Goloka.
That is correct. The soul
We
definitely will go to
another
Golok. Yes. Even Krishna says, even he has mind, right? Madbhava, Manasa, Jata.
Okay.
So from my mind, they appear like Maharshega, Saptapurve, Chatvaro, Manavastata, Madbhava, Manasa,
Like
Jata.
we said, we have to make our mind our best friend and continue.
That is the thing.
Wherever
There is a
whether we
Yes.
go to the next body or to Goloka, I think we have to keep.
In fact, our
taking
next, yes, Mother, our next body, it depends upon our mind only.
Mind only. Correct.
At the time of death, whatever our mind remembers.
Oh,
So remembrance is only mind. Mind only can remember.
correct.
Antakalecha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram yaprayati sa madbhavam yatinasti satrasam. At the time of death, whatever we remember, yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajatyante kalevaram tam tamevaiti kaunteya sada tat bhava bhavite. Whatever form we remember at the time of death, everything, our next body is completely grouped together our mind. Like that's why in the 15th chapter, in that sloka, Krishna says, which I quoted often, that Shotram Chakshu Sparsanam Cha Rasanam Granam Evacha Adhistaya Manaschayam Vishayan Upasevate. So what type of ears, eyes, Shotram Chakshu, skin, Sparsanam, and tongue, rasanam, and nose, granam, what type of body, basically what type of body we are going to get in the next life, adhistaya manaschayam, everything completely grouped together in our mind, by our mind, that's it. So that's why we need to take care of our mind. Yes, Mataji.
Very, very good explanation, Guruji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Ravin Prabhu has raised his hand.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, wonderful class, Guruji.
you.
Wonderful explanations and questions. So nice to be part of this yajna, Prabhuji. And
Yes.
so in for every day you are doing this yajna for us. So that is so nice, Prabhuji. So
It's
in today's
Krishna's mercy.
it's Krishna's mercy, definitely, and also your efforts, Prabhuji, that we cannot forget about it, Prabhuji. So, Prabhuji, in today's shloka 42 in chapter 3 that we learned, I have a question. So it says that the working senses are superior to the dull matter.
Mhm.
So, Prabhuji, this dull matter, which is the word in this shloka which refers to dull matter, Prabhuji?
Body. It is
No.
actually Indriyani Parani Ahur. So that Parani means Ahur. 1 second, Prabhu, let me share that.
Prani is superior.
Yeah, see, it simply senses are superior. That's what it said. But Prabhupada is translating that it is superior. So Indriyani Parani Ahur. So senses are superior, it said. But there is no specific word here in this sloka saying that dull matter, which Prabhupada in the translation he says that the working senses are superior to dull matter. Ahur means it is said. Indriyani Parani Ahur means it is said that senses are superior. And then it is said that mind is superior than the senses, like that.
Yes, Prabhuji, understood, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, another question, Prabhuji, you mentioned about the science on this earth is different than the science on other planets because of the different time and all those things. Prabhuji, so we studied the science, the basic science revolves around the dimensions, the MLT, the mass, length, and time. So, which is grams.
No, what I was referring at that time, maybe I forgot to mention that the Bhagavad Gita is the same everywhere. Whichever planet, wherever you go, the same knowledge, Bhagavad Gita. Whereas other principles of science, like I said, they only gravitational force and other things will be different. Day and night, all such things are different. That's what I meant. So it is not the same, but the knowledge, the Bhagavad Gita knowledge is the same everywhere.
Yes, Prabhuji. But
Bhagavad Gita knowledge, any planet, wherever you go, it is the same knowledge. It is not changing.
But the fundamentals of the science also remains the same everywhere, isn't it, Prabhuji?
Yeah, it is the same, but we have so many elements what we see here. I know in the periodic table we have that count, correct? But the other planets may have more, we don't know. May have something different also, we don't know. Yes,
Okay, Prabhuji. So I was having that doubt, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna to all devotees.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji. There are no more questions. So thank you, Guruji, for today's class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Satyendra Singh Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji, Pranam.
Pranam Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Really beautiful, wonderful lecture. Today you have said about the intelligence, what is real intelligence. Really, to love Krishna, to devote devotion to Krishna is the only thing
Yes.
we have to do, we have to pursue, we have to take care of that. Thank you, Guruji, for wonderful lesson. Really, we are indebted to you. Despite of all odds against you, you are giving us the beautiful Gita Gyan. Really wonderful effort used. That is laudable. Really, we are indebted. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Vishnuvardhana Rao Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Hare.
questions, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Mahendra Shukla, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare
Sashtang
Krishna,
Pranam.
Prabhu. Sashtang
Hare
Pranam,
Krishna,
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare. No question, Guruji. Wonderful class. Thank you.
Hare.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna,
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Sunil Shivas, Prabhu. Suresh Tabi, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Very nice class Guruji. Today also
Yes.
I
Yes,
have been to Solapur for our darshana for Kulaswamini Guruji.
Oh, very nice.
For 2 days like I was there.
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
So I had gone to the YouTube channels also.
Yes.
Both days. It was nice. Today's also class was very good, Guruji.
Yes,
Question
yes,
answer
Prabhu.
was very good. And then like previously you were telling us the order of the intelligence, senses, and also that is mentioned into this. It is more
Yeah.
clear, Guruji, today.
More detail. Krishna is teaching us very clearly. Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Guruji. Very nice question.
Everything is crystal clear. Krishna is teaching us very, very clearly. Yes. Prabhu.
Yeah. So you are telling that so that it has appeared into today's sloka, Guruji.
Yes. Yes. Everything. This Bhagavad Gita, so much knowledge Krishna is giving. And of course, later on, when you are able to find time, if we read the entire Srimad Bhagavatam, we will get even much more. Especially in Bhagavatam also, Krishna is giving to Uddhava also. There is known as Uddhava Gita. There also Krishna is giving a lot of philosophy. We will get opportunities. Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Okay, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Asha Singh Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Guruji, for nice session. Daily we are learning how to control our mind. Only Krishna will help us, Guruji.
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji. Krishna's mercy only.
Yes, Guruji.
Only Krishna's mercy is there. Definitely we will succeed, no doubt, Mataji.
Yes, Guruji. Daily session is the real lesson for
Yeah,
us.
it's keeping us in Krishna consciousness. At least at this time, we don't think about anything else, actually. We are fully connected with Krishna.
Yes,
Yes.
trying for
And
our goal daily.
that is correct. And I hope Krishna will make this even more often, and we will be fully connected with him. He will take care of it. Krishna will do that. Yes.
Yes, Guruji. Thank you so much, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Sumati Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank you
Hare
for a
Krishna.
wonderful class. And also thank you for nicely telling us not to get confused with IQ and actual intelligence.
That is correct.
Very interesting to hear about that, Guruji.
Yeah. Yes.
And one question I have, Guruji, is that realized souls, as they say, are able to determine the time of their death. That is when they want to leave the body. Is it so, Guruji?
It is very much possible, Mataji. Once we are fully freed from the modes of nature, then we are completely free to do whatever we want. So at that time, it is very much possible, and Krishna is with us, and that's why we don't have to really worry, like whether we have to die, because even though there are two ways of two different timings, correct? In the 8th chapter, Krishna is saying that. So Sukla Krishna Gati Khete Jagataga Saswate Made. Ekaya Yati Anavritam Anyaya Vartate Punagam. So there are two ways, Sukla and Krishna. So there is during light and night, darkness. So Sukla and Krishna, Sukla Krishna Gati Khete, Gati destination, Jagataga Saswate Made. Ekaya Yati Anavritam. In one way, when we reach, we will not come back. Anyaya Vartate Punagam. In another time, when we die, we will again come back. So, but naite sriti pata jnanam yogi mukhyati kaschan. But by knowing this, the yogi is not bewildered. So, therefore, tasmat yogi bhava arjuna. Tasmat sarvesu kalesu yoga yukto bhava arjuna. So all the time you engage in this yoga yukta, this serving Krishna. So that way, when we are always engaged in pleasing our Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna, all the time, we really don't have to worry about that, Mataji. We don't have to even think about when to die, when we will go to Krishna. That will be taken care by Krishna. That's what, when we are surrendering unto Krishna, we are surrendering everything to Krishna. He will take it. When we will go to Goloka, he will take us. Of course, our wish is to go there as soon as possible, be with him. But Krishna, he will do all his plans, whatever his plans are there, he will do accordingly.
Yes, Guruji. I think that what you told, that like when we are free of the modes of nature, then we are, it is easier to live. Basically,
then we
I
are
was
free
asking,
to do anything. Yes.
because I was asking because some people, when in their full senses and when they are in good, mental and physical health itself, they live in a very nice way. So I was just asking whether there is some, something
But
connected.
what Krishna is teaching us, that even after achieving the Brahma Nirvanam, so labante Brahma Nirvanam Rishayaga Kshina Kalmasaga Chinnadvaidav Yatatmanaga Sarvabhuta Hite Rataga. So Sarvabhuta Hite Rataga means they will engage in the welfare activities of other beings, because once we are freed from the modes of nature, once we don't need anything from here in this material world, we are not attached to anything in this material world, so we will be simply working for the benefits of others until the time we live here. So that's the only thing we have to do.
Okay, Guruji.
Because all the other jivas, they are struggling and suffering, correct? They don't have this knowledge. Unfortunately, they can't go to Goloka also that easily, because they have to believe. If everybody believes in Krishna, believes in Bhagavad Gita, then there is no problem, correct? Then this Goloka itself will become Goloka.
Right.
So,
yes,
but
yes,
that's not going to happen. We know that that's not the case. Only 1 in 1,000 only can go.
yes.
So we have to really feel for the remaining 999. Very unfortunate.
Okay,
Yes,
Guruji. Thank you very much for the class, and today's shloka is also very good, Guruji. Thank you very much for being with us. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. I think we will have to restart our meetings, Mataji. Maybe sometime we'll plan again, so then only we can progress more, I think. Yes,
definitely, Guruji. Whenever you say, we will.
Yeah, in our group, yes, Mataji. Soon we will again start. Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Sashireka Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Very, very interesting class. And I would like to thank, of course,
Hare Krishna, Mataji. I'm not able to hear you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Maybe some internet issue. Ajay Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
hello.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Yeah.
Now I'm able to.
Yeah.
Now I'm
very
able to
sorry.
hear.
I think there was an interruption in the internet. Sorry, Guruji.
Okay. Yes, no problem.
Yeah, so thanks to all these people, Ravin Prabhu, Hema Mataji, and especially Mithun Prabhu for asking all those questions, giving us an opportunity to understand better, because you gave all those answers. Thank you so much, Guruji, for clarifying.
Yes, Mataji. Again, your internet problem, I think. Ajay Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hello.
Yes, Mataji. Now I'm
sorry,
no,
Guruji,
no problem.
sorry.
No, there is no need to say sorry.
When others ask the doubts, then only I realized, Guruji, that probably these are also things that I also need an answer for. So though the question doesn't occur to me, but still, yes, extremely beneficial to
very important questions, very scientific questions.
Yeah, and extremely beneficial to hear those answers from you, Guruji, because an understanding improves and we get more clarity. And to what Sumati Mataji said, I still remember, Guruji, history has it. I mean, it's written in records that Ramanujacharya was one such example, that he actually
he lived for 200 years, correct?
120. But but when he wanted to give up his body, he actually went and told Ranganatha. He said that, I want to give up my body. I've lived enough. Ranganatha tries to persuade him, but then he says, no, I've had enough. Then he says, 7 days from today, you will be able to give up your body. So actually he had, he says, my mission on this earth is fulfilled and I'd like to give up. So there are examples that we have of people of hugely realized souls who
even
determined.
Bhishma,
Yes. Bhishma, of course, had a boon, Guruji, that he can give up his body whenever he chooses to. And so he waited, if you recall, from the Mahabharata, he waited for Uttarayana. Yeah, and Uttarayana to give up his body. So yeah, of course that. So it's I'm extremely grateful to you, Guruji, for this knowledge, for keeping us in Krishna consciousness. And it thoroughly enjoyed today's shloka, because that is a continuation of what was mentioned in the previous shloka. And to give an example so beautiful to explain to us, to explain to Arjuna, and more to explain to us actually.
Yes.
Such a beautiful thing. Thank you so much. Extremely indebted to you, Guruji. Extremely grateful to you. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
As I was telling Sumati Mataji, we will very soon start our regular meetings, Mataji, to discuss.
Absolutely, absolutely, Guruji. Let us.
Then only we can actually progress more. Yes,
sure, Guruji. Sure, Guruji. Anytime, Guruji. Yeah, anytime, Guruji. Thank you so much, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Brinda Jai Singh Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the class. Very nice. So, Guruji, I wanted to know, since the soul is the highest in the order and it controls all the other important faculties like the mind, the intelligence, the senses. But when this soul is in a transmigration to another body, the soul is carrying with it the impregnance of all these faculties. So, so the mind is already distorted, is it, when you are born, or you're born with a fresh mind? And this knowledge that
mind, we are born, when we take the next body, whatever the mind we have in this body, we are born with that mind only. So mind, that's why we need to shape our mind as much, we need to control our mind as much as possible in this life. If we get the complete gain of control over our mind, then it will be always under our control. So that progress, whatever we make, we will not come back. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the intellectual faculty is also progressing as of now. So in the next life, we will be with a higher intelligence.
That is correct. Exactly. Yes, ma'am. Whatever our intelligence and we are gaining, and mind control we are getting, and the dhriti, determination we are having, and sadhana, practice, everything is going to be permanent. As long as when we are connected with Krishna, whatever we do, it will have permanent effect. We are not going to lose it anytime.
So, Guruji, my question is, the soul is the highest in all this order. So the soul has to have the knowledge, the intense knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita and Krishna, so that it takes the mind and the intelligence in the right direction.
Exactly, Mother. That is the problem. The problem is that our ignorance, ajnane navritam jnanam tena muhyanti jantava. When our knowledge is covered by ignorance, we are fools. Krishna is teaching many times, saying that vimudatma, fools. We should not be fools. We should have the complete knowledge of this Bhagavad Gita. So then we will be able to make use of it. Yes, Mother.
Yes, Guruji, but also the soul in its most original form is also pure consciousness, no, Guruji?
It is always pure. Soul is always pure only, but we are contaminated in the sense we are bound by this material body. That is the problem. The soul is always pure, but we are bound by the material body. We need to get out of this material body forever. Not like by force we cannot do. By force, if a person commits suicide, he will get another body. So it's not possible. We need to go to Goloka. That's the main thing.
Yes, Guruji. So ultimately, it is the soul which needs to surrender to Krishna. The soul needs to surrender.
That is the thing. The soul needs to surrender with love and devotion, not out of fear. Surrendering to Krishna means by loving Krishna, submitting ourselves to Krishna with love. That is the thing. Krishna is already loving us so much, we need to reciprocate that.
Yes, Guruji. Thank you so much.
We should feel that we are missing Krishna. Yes, madam.
It is really so enlightening that, like a third person, when you hear it, you feel that I should just do all this. But the next moment, we are so caught up with this body impressions that we
should feel that. We should feel that separation, Mataji. That's the main thing. Like with our other relatives, other relations, children, parents, or anything. If you miss them, or if you are away from them, or something, we always think and we are feeling that. Correct? Like that. Here we need to feel that our permanent relationship is always with us. Even though he's with us, we are missing him. There is a major problem. He's with us. He's inside our body. He's a super soul. He's in our heart. But still we don't see him. That is a major problem.
Yes, Guruji. It's like that proverb, seeing is believing. We are not able to see physical eyes, but we need the special inclination from...
Jnana Chakshu, the eyes of knowledge we need. Bhagavad Gita we need.
Yes. But I think with so much explanation and your help and the support of Srila Prabhupada, who has given us so much,
we will reach there. We are there. We are getting there. No doubt. We are making progress. Yes, Mother. There is no doubt. It's simply a matter of time.
Thank you so much. Yes, Guruji. Thank you so much. It's very enlightening. Thank you. Thank you for all your efforts. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna. Chandrakanta Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Very nice class, Guruji. Today's discussion is very interesting.
Yes.
As you told, I was thinking, I'm very anxious. I'm very anxious to experience whatever you say. That's I was thinking, whatever the question, answer, I'm so anxious. I should drop my all anxiousness. Then everything will unfold like that. I'm thinking for myself. Then I also felt in the last, like you told correctly, Guruji, even though he is my everything, Krishna, we are missing him. Like how we miss people like that. That feeling is very strongly haunting, I think, for me, Guruji. That feeling, I'm missing him like that. That thing, that haunting only making me very anxious. That's what I felt, Guruji, during the class and discussion.
Yes, Mother. When we are engaged in the service, then we will not feel, Mother. That's why we need to be, we need to soon start our discussions, and we need to identify more devotees. I think we will plan more and more. Krishna will engage us. So when we are engaged in Krishna's service, then we will not miss him at all.
Yes, Guruji. That very anxiousness to see him, that I should drop. That's what I was thinking, Guruji. If I drop that, then automatically everything will unfold. That's what I was thinking during Guruji. That anxiousness, Krishna should give me the mercy to drop that anxiousness for me.
He will give. He is very, very merciful, Mother. His suffering is merciful.
So merciful, Guruji. So merciful. So merciful.
No doubt. Yes, Mother.
We cannot explain that, Guruji.
Yeah, there are no words to explain. Yeah.
Explain that, Guruji. That mercy we cannot explain, Guruji.
Krishna will keep his promise. Yes, Mother.
Yes, Guruji. Thank you very much, Guruji, for helping me to contemplate on this Krishna's thoughts. every morning,
Yes.
Guruji. Thank you very much. Hare
Thank you.
Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Mother. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Deepesh Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji. Thank
Hare
you for the
Krishna.
wonderful class. I really like that explanation. I think I've heard it from you before, but it's good to get reminded about how the chariot is the body,
Yeah,
the soul is the person inside the chariot, then the driver is the mind, and the horses are the senses, and
Indriya,
yeah, so
Bhayan, all. Yeah.
right. So
Process.
that is very good. Thank you for that reminder, Guruji. Guruji, some
Sharira
people,
Pratam Evacha, like that he says.
right? So Guruji, some people live for a certain amount of time. Some people live for a longer time. Is there like that they have still some work to do, or why is Krishna keeping them if they have finished all their work here? So just not clear.
In this world, Prabhu, everyone living is nothing really. If you look at the big picture, then it is not that shorter time, longer time, it doesn't matter. Maybe this life, longer time, next life, shorter time, another life, another body, even very short, very long. All such things,
Okay.
it's all, we need to look at with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we need to look at the big picture. We should not limit our time scale only within this life, correct? Normally, that's what happens. Within this life, from birth to death only, we can think. Without the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we can only think like that. But with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we can think for like past and future, we can extend, correct? So if we consider that, so it is something like when a person is given sedation, correct? And then again you wake him up. So during sedation, you don't know where you are, what you are doing, or even sleep, correct? Something like that. So like
Deep
that only that when you die, you forget about everything, and then you are born in a new place, new body, and then you identify with that place. That's it. So that way, it's all continuous things are happening. So it is really not that somebody lives longer. If somebody lives longer here, but somebody who dies here, he's already taken another birth, living longer in another body. Who knows?
Yes,
So
yes, Guruji.
Yes.
Thank you for the bigger picture view. I think you're right. We have to expand our horizons beyond one life cycle, I think. So
yes.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you for the wonderful class. Thank you for keeping us in Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you for the class.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Mani Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Palaniappan Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Today's sloga also is one of the interesting things that what I felt is we are in the third stage. That means senses and mind. Anyway, when we have birth, we have both. Whereas the intelligence, that's as per Bhagavad Gita, intelligence as per Bhagavad, because now we are very sure that the intelligence which we normally call it, that you already explained, is not an intelligence at all. So, as per Bhagavad Gita, what is the intelligence? We are in that stage. What I felt is we are in that stage. Still, we have to go through Bhagavad Gita and act as per Bhagavad Gita. That is more important, I feel. So, till that time, we have to say that our intelligence is still in that third stage only. We are not beyond that. We have not gone to the soul stage, even though we know soul is there. That is very clear, very clear when from this sloga that where we are. That is why we say 1 in 1,000. That also I felt. Why we say 1 in 1,000, even that stage. And then the soul is the person who is traveling in the chariot. Is it right, sir? Right, Guruji? That the soul is the person.
Soul is the passenger. Soul is the
Soul is
passenger.
the passenger. Okay. So
Sitting
that
on it.
example also is very interesting example to remember all the 4 stages. That way we are very happy to hear today the sloga and understand each and everybody we are understanding where we are. That is another important thing. This sloga, with this sloga we understood. Thank you,
Yes,
Guruji. Thank you for that.
it is actually explained in the, I believe, in the 6th chapter, and Krishna talks about the mind control. So, yeah, Chanchalam hi mana Krishna. So that chapter it is explained Katha Upanishad. So that is 6th chapter, 34th sloka. Let me share it quickly. So there that sloka comes. Prabhupada has given it in the purport. So one second, let me share my screen. See, Atmanam Ratinam Viddhi Shariram Ratham Evacha. Buddhim tu Sarathim Viddhi Manaka Pragriham Evacha. Indriyani Hayanahu Vishayam Stesu Gocharan. Atmendriya Mano Yuktam Bhokteiti Ahu Manishina. So Atmanam Ratinam Viddhi means you know that, understand that Atma is the Ratinam, means is the passenger who is sitting on the chariot. Atma. Whereas Sariram Ratham Evacha. So Shariram Ratham Evacha. This body is the Ratham, the chariot. The body is the chariot. And Buddhim to Sarathim Viddhi. So Buddhi, intelligence is the Sarathi, is the driver of the chariot. And Managa Pragraham Evacha, the driving instrument. So that's what Managa, mind is the driving instrument, the rope basically, which is used to control the horses. Indriyani Hayanavu. So the senses are the horses. Hayan means horses. Vishayam Stesu Gocharam. They are going after the sense objects. Gocharam. So sense objects. So that's what sense objects are. The senses are going after them. So Atmendriya Mano Yuktam Bhokte iti Ahu Manishana. So that's what this sloka it says. It's a Kathopanishad, in the Kathopanishad. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Sunil Shivas Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Guruji. Dandavat Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Ram, Ram
Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Ram Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Guruji. And day by day we are acquiring knowledge. And thank you very much for us keeping us steadfast in this Krishna consciousness, Guruji. So what I have been observing is the soul. There are many questions asked about the soul and all, Guruji, and I had a very confusing theory. I read about soul and all, and there were many people, Guruji, even the great gurus, they were all talking about it. But it is very difficult to put everything in a simplest and easiest form, Guruji. The soul has Christianity talks about souls, everyone talks about, Guruji. The easiest form is true, and easiest and easily digestible and scientific form is true Krishna consciousness, Guruji. As long as we offer our surrender ourselves to Krishna, he takes control. I don't have to, because I find it very difficult, Guruji. Definitely, I can't get into IIT. I can't go to the premium institutions and all. But one thing I can do, I can surrender to Krishna. He will give me what I need. Rather than I can go struggle myself, get into IIT and struggle there and be one of the last 10 in that intelligent group and all. Lord Krishna knows. There is no point in struggling to understand and other things and all, Guruji. So all I need to do is surrender myself. And after that, he doesn't leave me at all, Guruji. So Krishna comes and he takes complete control over it because I have handed over to him. Then let him give whatever knowledge I need. But I should set fast in that whatever rules given in our Krishna consciousness, Guruji, offering prasadam and chanting Maha Mantra and all these things, Guruji, that I should be at most sincere, Guruji. Once I follow that, that transforms me, Guruji. That I can feel that. And yesterday, one incident happened, Guruji. I shared with our team, Bangalore team as well, Guruji. What happened? After a very long time, I was heading to one of the Kali temple, Guruji. I used to be there very regular. Then I was just walking past. I was heading to Gurdwara every Thursday. I was there. Then I thought I can just stand outside and pray and go. That was my plan, Guruji. When I was outside, then the puja happened. Then I half-heartedly went in. There is no Krishna deity inside. And then I was inside. The Vidwan started playing that Krishna song, Guruji. So I was wondering, that's a Kali temple. Then how come he was playing a Krishna song? Then I took a video. Then I was looking around the Krishna picture. Is there any Krishna picture? First instance, I couldn't find. Then a few minutes later, I found a calendar where Krishna was smiling and at me, Guruji, hanging and smiling at me. Then I realized the power of Krishna. Whichever temple I go, even I entered with the Maha Mantra, Guruji. That happens automatically.
If we are in the temple, there is no need to really feel half-hearted because Kali, Durga is Krishna's external energy only, correct? So we can go and say Hare Krishna to her. She will be very happy actually. So that way we don't have to feel. But only thing is that in general, devotees will not find time to go and meet with other gods because we are so busy in pleasing Krishna. That is the only reason. Otherwise, if by chance, if we are in some temple, some Muruga temple or Kali or any temple, we can worship. There is nothing wrong. But yes, no.
Exactly, that's what happening, Guruji, because I am abstaining from all these temples because my father was in a committee member and I was heavily involved. And whenever I visit, people started coming and what happened to you? Why are you not coming? Otherwise, every day, morning, evening, I used to be there in all temples, Guruji. Starting from Perumal temple, every temple, I show my face, give attendance. And these days, fully involved. Even these days, I
feel because that's what as I mentioned. When we are so busy in serving Krishna, it's okay that we don't have to go to other temples. That's fine. There is no need. No need. Because when we worship Krishna, everybody will be so happy. They will be very, because they themselves are worshipping Krishna, so they will be very happy.
Thank you very much, Guruji. I'm experiencing that, Guruji. You are 100% true, Guruji. Krishna is taking control over it. And at times I used to have a guilt of not visiting the temple because earlier they were all stepping stones. All those Kali temple, Muruga temple, Ganesha temple, they were all stepping stone. They put me in an order rather than so I had that gratitude. And at times when I miss some time, I feel that the guilt was forming, but that is clearly clarified by Lord Krishna himself. I don't even have to ask anybody. Even Lord Krishna himself saying, wherever you go, I am there. And if you can't make it, no problem. Just chant my mantra. Then he smiles at me, Guruji. And it's 100% true, Guruji. You kept telling us, even earlier also you mentioned to me, once we started love Krishna, and he will never let me go, Guruji. That is 100% sure. He's a powerful magnet. I can understand that, Guruji. That's happening in my life, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji. It's a great transformation. All credit goes to you, Guruji. So you, I'm supposed to go for a meeting today that was preponed to yesterday. Krishna knows that. That's the reason.
Krishna will do our work, Prabhu. Don't
yes,
you will do our work.
The schedule also he managed. That's why yesterday you were not there. Then the meeting.
We will do Krishna's work. Krishna will do our work. Of course, that's also Krishna's work only. There is nothing like our work.
100%, Guruji. 100%, Guruji. At times when you say it looks very light and lighter note, but it is happening. Those who experience.
Because otherwise it's balancing everything. For me also working and doing morning, evening lectures, it's not at all possible. It's Krishna is doing. That's why. Yes.
100%, Guruji. Then I have to communicate. So I am writing to as many people as I know, and putting it in the writing, recording it, saying that this is what happening in my life. The next goal is to demonstrate to everyone. Whatever comes to me, it is all through the blessings of Krishna.
And like other questions, Sasi Mataji, Sachireka Mataji was saying, Guruji, it happened in my father's life. Everyone was asking, my father gave an option. When do you want me to? 3 years, 3 minutes, or 3 days? And exactly he passed away after 3 years. Then I opted for a higher value. I told him, I wish you to stay for a longer, but he has given Guruji that 3 years, and exactly after 3 years, he said, I will go back to Ranganatha. And Ranganath also came on my mother's dream also. He came and said, he is with me, nothing to worry. You be with me. So this is all the pious souls, Guruji, the moment we devote. And it is our, like, when I want to board a flight, it is my call, Guruji. Similarly, we board, and you are helping us, Guruji. So
we will all do wonderful service to Krishna. There is no doubt. We are getting ourselves more and more mature every day. It is going to happen that with the knowledge, because with this sound knowledge, we will be able to serve Krishna in a revolutionary way. That's going to happen, no doubt. Yes,
Guruji. And Acharya's blessing, Guruji. Your gurus in Vaishnava
Krishna's, of course, yes.
Yes, Guruji, though Krishna is there, we need your blessing. Because even we say in Srirangam, Acharya Trivadi, we need to go. That's what we say. Even someone passed away, we say we reach Acharya Trivadi. So that is all in your blessings, Guruji. Whatever happens in my life, that needs your blessings, Guruji. Hare Krishna to all, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Ravin Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Ravin Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Can you hear me?
Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, that was Ram Prabhu, and it is so wonderful to listen to his talk every day. So that's so nice that we have such a devotee in our class, such a knowledge, and brings his own experience in a very, very good delivery of the experience, Prabhuji. So I just wanted to share that the example of the chariot is so wonderful that especially the horses are the senses, and actually the horses' eyes are actually covered when they are being used on a ratha. So it's a
just goes, sees only the way. That's it. It doesn't see.
Focused on the object that is supposed to, where the rath should go. So that's a very good lesson that that our senses needs to be niyamya, controlled, and we should then only it will go to the right direction. So I just wanted to share that, Prabhuji. So it's so wonderful. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Mani Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Ajay Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Manoranjan Sagu Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Brinda Jason Mataji.
Yes, Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Yes,
Hare Krishna.
Guruji, I wanted to just clarify also. I remember in my earlier lecture with you, we had discussed the steering wheel as the mind, because the driver is the intellect, and the intellect controls the steering wheel and takes it right or left.
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
So in that analogy, we had spoken of the mind as the steering wheel, and the steering wheel controls the senses, and
wheels.
the senses.
Wheels.
Yes.
Wheels of the car.
So the driver is the intelligence which controls the steering wheel.
That's correct.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Manoranjan Sagu Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
So
Hare
mind is like the horses, and really it's a wonderful analogy, and really very nice presentations, and the controlling of the mind, the senses, how is far more than intelligence. So it is a great enlightening class. We should go into deep into that. So otherwise, superficial knowledge is nothing. Really, it's a great golden opportunity for us to go into the deep into this knowledge. this spiritual transcendental knowledge, which is very important. We can, eternal bliss we get from this, not from any other thing. Really, our mind gets prepared. This world is totally miseries. And when you realize this is futile, the ultimately is that Lord Krishna, when we surrender and total dedicate ourselves, then only you can understand this spiritual knowledge. So we are concerned with the senses. That is the important sloka you have cited. The controlling of the mind, senses, how plays an important role. How to subdue that, suppress and repress this kind of the negative forces running up us. How to control the equanimity of mind. That how to, the mind gets generally agitated. We get tempted. That ego and pride, arrogance, obstinance, these are all negative qualities. To get release, that so many humility, patience, these kind of things are also described. Many things are described. We have to go right deep into it. And Guruji, because of your dedication, the prime slokas, we should go through not having this kind of knowledge. And really, we are very much serious about this. We are not superfluous. We are becoming superfluous. It's not like that. Really, wherever you go, you should have Gita, so that we will be, whenever the only way, so that we will be more and more connected. Suppose you are doing other thing. So when you, the inside, wherever you go, if you have Gita book, that is the only solution to get released from this physical world and connect with Krishna and this spiritual knowledge. Whenever you find time, the sloka what Guruji told today, we go through deep into that and we can follow that. So this is the only means. I should, wherever I go, sometimes I forget to take, I admit it. Really, that so many persons are there, small book, you cannot carry that Bhagavad Gita as it is. It is very difficult to carry anywhere you go. That short, like Malayalam, Telugu or Odia language, small short books, only slokas and translations, so that something you can understand. What Guruji told today, we can go through it, that line, so that by memorizing it several times, whenever you have vacant time, so you allow our mind this spiritual knowledge. Thank you, Guruji. Very wonderful session. All devotees are getting more and more sincere. I find they are more charged with Gita Gana. Ravin Prabhu, Ram Prabhu, all the devotees are. They are very more and more day by day sincere. That creates others also make serious about that. By interaction with Guruji, and we getting more serious. Thank you, Guruji. Pranam, Guruji. Satata naman, naman, naman.
Pranam. Hare Krishna, Gayatri Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Today's class was also very nice explanation, nice example. Daily,
Yes.
daily different examples Krishna is giving through you.
Yes, Mataji. Krishna is very clearly explaining everything. Yes,
the horse, the chariot, everything very well explained. But I want to listen it again, Guruji.
Yes.
Once again, I want to hear it.
Yes.
Guruji,
So,
nice interaction with all the devotees.
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji. The YouTube, everything is recorded, Mataji. You can go through it again. Yes, Mataji.
Yes, we have a lot of opportunities nowadays.
That's correct.
Apart
Many
from
times we can go through the same thing. And
whenever we want, we can. Whenever we want to refresh, we can go through all these things.
yes, it's all Krishna's mercy. Everything Krishna is arranging. Yes, Mataji.
Yes, all because of him. Nothing more than that. Nothing
more, nothing less. Yes,
yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna,
Today,
Mataji.
today we'll be having Tamil session, no?
Yes, Mataji, I will have Tamil Bhagavad Gita class. Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
Guruji.
Mataji. Yeah,
Thank you.
regularly we'll have. Yes, Mataji. Today evening.
Yes, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Let us listen to Srila Prabhupada's Kirtan. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.